Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back to Pre-Algebra Chapter 4, Section 3 in this book, and we're going to talk about equivalent fractions. So, you've probably done this since you were young, because you've been doing fractions probably since about, I don't know, maybe 5th grade. And so we have this fraction 2/6, but there is another fraction that's equal to it. A simplified fraction, a reduced fraction, if you will. So how do you reduce 2/6? Well, this is what you do. You think, is there a number that goes into both 2 and 6? Yes, there is. 2. 2 goes into 2 one time, 2 goes into 6 3 times. So 1/3 equals 2/6. Now, this book does a little thing where sometimes they will give you 1/3 and say, write an equation that is equivalent to 1/3. And all you do is think of a number you could multiply both the top and bottom by, and you can come up with the equivalent fraction. So we've already done 2, let's do 3. 1 times 3 is 3, and 3 times 3 is 9. So all 3 of those are equal to each other. They're all equivalent fractions. They're equal. They're all the same thing. Different ways of writing the same thing. Now, this one is the form that cannot be reduced further, so it's the simplified one. And then usually you want reduced or simplified fractions. Okay, so let's try this one. What is a number that goes into both 8 and 12? And if we can think of the biggest number, then we only have one step of reducing. But let's do a small number. Let's say 2. 2 goes into 8 4 times. 2 goes into 12 6 times. So we wrote an equivalent fraction, but it is not reduced, because we can do one more. 2 goes into 4 2 times. 2 goes into 6 3 times. Now it's reduced. That one's the reduced or simplified form. Let's try this one. 12 and 30. What's a number that goes into both of those? Well, we know 2 does because they're both even. 2 goes into 12 6 times. 2 goes into 30 15 times. Are we done? Is that it? Nope. 3 goes into those. 3 goes into 6 2 times. 3 goes into 15 5 times. There's the reduced one. Here's another one. 21 and 48. What goes into both of those? Well, 21 is 3 times 7. And 7 doesn't go into 48, so I think it's 3. So 3 goes into 21 7 times. 3 goes into 48 16 times. So sometimes you might have to get your calculator and play around and see, you might not know, does 3 go into 48? You might not know your 16 tables up to 48. That's okay. Use your calculator. Now, I'm going to show you another way to do it. This is one that you'll do more in Algebra 1. It's still the same thing, but it's just a little different method. This is kind of fun because you get to cancel out. And when you get to mark out math, there's something satisfying about that. It's like, math, you try to triumph over me? No, I'm going to mark you out. It's like popping bubble wrap. There's something deeply satisfying about canceling out math. Okay, so this is how you do it. What can you multiply together to get 5? 5 and 1, so it's prime. I'll leave it alone. But 10 is 2 times 5. So I am going to change 10 into 2 times 5. Now, in the numerator I have a 5, and in the denominator I have a 5, so they can cancel out. So, in the denominator I'm left with a 2. In the numerator, if you mark everything out, there's an understood 1. So this is the canceling out way of simplifying. Let's do it again. 6 is made out of 2 times 3. 9 is made out of 3 times 3. Do we have anything in common in the numerator and the denominator? Yep, 3's. So I cancel them out, and I'm left with a 2 in the numerator and a 3 in the denominator. So the answer is 2/3. Let's try this one. I'm going to erase part of that one so I have more room to write. Okay? Alright, so 12 is 3 times 4. 20 is 5 times 4. Make sure you understand the 12 and 20 have gone away. And now I can work out those common 4s, and I'm left with 3 and 5. Now, if this is too much and you're going, I do not understand that, that's okay. If you understand everything to the dotted line, you're good on the pre-algebra level. This is really an Algebra 1, Algebra 2 idea, but it's so fun. I wanted to show it to you because you get to mark out math. It's fun. Okay, let's try this one. 10 is made out of 2 times 5. 15 is made out of 3 times 5. So the 5's cancel out. I'm left with 2 and 3. Now what about these letters over here? Well, there's nothing to cancel out with the x's, so that x is going to stay in the numerator. But with the y's, I have one y on top and 2 on bottom. So this y can cancel out and one of those 2, leaving one y on bottom. So that's the answer. Now this will be on your test, but not many of them. I would like you to know this, but it's very honors level. I did not learn this when I was your age. I did not learn that till Algebra 1. So this book is definitely an honors level book. So you're doing great understanding it so far. How smart you are. Give yourself a pat on the back. Do the smarty pants dance. I'm a smarty pants. I'm a smarty pants. All right. Math is great. See you next time.